We're recording! Hooray!
No, we're not.
Oh, okay.
What are we doing?
We're recording. KWCC. You know that
What
thing?
the recording?
Yeah, recording. Isn't that amazing?
Whoa.
Whoa.
I thought this was the 1920s.
You think this was 1920?
Dude.
I mean, Kaiju X probably wishes it was 1920. His kind were loud back then.
Kaiju X said the 60s would be even better because of all the lynchings.
Dig blasted! Oh no! Great.
No, what Kaiju X really wants is... No, what Kaiju X really wants is the early 40s in Germany.
Oh no.
The late 30s in Germany.
Yeah, because Kaiju X wants to be there at the start of it.
Yeah.
No, it's like the equivalent of us seeing like a movie we really want. He's sitting down, his stomach has butterflies, and then right when it's about to go down, his stomach drops, and he goes, "Oh boy, it's happening!" And then he gives a 10-minute standing ovation when it finally begins.
Also, oh god, this is the start of the recording.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is starting off strong.
I want to imagine there's just like some young kid who's just like, oh boy, I can't wait to listen to this episode of the Kaiju War Chronicles podcast. It's the first one I'm going to listen to. I've
heard nothing but good things about it.
I want to see what the writers of these matches are like, and they just get this.
Yeah, children.
I mean, look, there's probably like so many like children that read the KWC.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh.
Which makes me wonder how they feel when their favorite kaiju gets mutilated.
Oh lordy.
Oh,
Feels
if I
good,
see-
man.
If I see comments of kids crying, then I know I did my job.
Look, if I can traumatize a child, then I'm happy.
Just traumatized. No positives, just trauma.
Okay, well, first of all, on that, in your case, GVR, that was just wrong, since you couldn't get your continuity straight.
Damn.
Damn.
Look, Alex, here's the thing. If a child can't handle seeing their god melted before their eyes, that's their fault, not mine.
I'm pretty sure that's still your fault.
No, it isn't.
No, it isn't. I can defend
Yeah.
GVR on this.
Yes, because someone decided it'd be a good idea to bring a 10-year-old child to that.
Oh gosh. You mean bacon?
Okay, well, that's different.
I thought bacon was 10.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. Just like 5 minutes in, it's already a disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like Gamma versus Zegra.
Hey, no, this is more like Super Monster. No.
No,
you're right.
That's insulting.
No.
It's you're
That's
right. You're right.
insulting
I'm
to Super
sorry.
Monster.
I'm sorry I put Super Monster on such low standards. It's higher up than Zegra. I don't know what would be lower than. But yeah, no. Comparing us to Zegra is insulting to us.
We're Gamma.
Oh, fuck no, that's even worse.
Right.
But what about Gappa?
You know, GBR, I'm still haunted by that alternate universe that you suggested with Kappa, but became famous instead of Gamma.
Oh gosh.
The nightmare timeline.
Oh god, could you imagine what a 90s Gappa would look like?
Oh my god.
Would there be a 90s Gappa? Oh, probably.
Well, I know what a 2000s Gappa would look like. It'd just be Death Kappa.
Oh no.
No.
So
Stop
only,
it.
So only a tiny bit of the nightmare reality got into our world, is what you're saying.
Yeah. It leaked through.
That makes sense, actually. That makes a lot of sense.
No, it's like Lovecraft, where it transferred into someone in our reality's dreams.
Well, at least one good thing is still around. Gulila at least had 2 movies and a car commercial.
A wholesome car commercial. I remember
I thought you were going to say a car crash.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you did cause some car crashes.
School of guys.
Isn't it funny how that obscure kaiju has more movie appearances than a shit ton of Godzilla kaiju?
Damn.
Yeah.
You're totally right. You are
Eat
totally
that,
right.
Baron.
Because Toho's like, we can't have any monsters other than the big 5. We can't.
We just can't. Shusuke Kaneko be like, hey, can I bring in Baragon, Anguirus, and Varan? No! Said Toho.
Get one. Can he be in the title? No.
Yeah.
Well, because GMKB doesn't have the same ring to it.
Right. Even though that was the username of my little brother for a long time. No joke, actually.
Well, your little brother was stupid.
How dare you?
Yeah, I don't know if this was true or not. Do not quote me on this, but apparently, you know how Godzilla 2000 got the special treatment for like theatrical.
Right.
Yeah.
GMK was originally supposed to get that treatment, and the American title was going to be called Godzilla Must Be Killed, which is Mothra, Baragon, and King Ghidorah. Because get it, must be killed.
Oh.
Oh.
Whoa, that's...
So why didn't it go through?
I don't know. I don't know the reason. And again, like I said, I don't know if this is true or not.
Right, okay, just take it with a grain of salt.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh. That is... I mean, I guess that would make some sense for a, like, limited US theatrical run, because that was... GMK is the most successful Millennium movie. So...
I looked up Godzilla Must Be Killed, and the first thing I got is a YouTube video called 3 Ways Kong Will Kill Godzilla.
The key word being will. Oh, man. Holy moly. Oh, gosh, this is... Take blasting, I still hadn't caught up on 307. Damn it. Oh, well.
How dare
Read
you?
it right now.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. Not like I need to talk about the match we're going to talk about now. And I mean, hold on. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this month's KWCC. I'm your host, KaijuX, and with me today, I have GVR, Alex, Nagoda, and Joe. Welcome back, Joe. Nice to have you.
Thank you.
And today, we will be going over 4 KWC-related matches. 3 KWCs and 1 KWCE. So, just to clarify.
Yes.
And the first one we will be going over right now is Match 305. Mothra Millennium versus Mechagodzilla Showa and Jakiro. Banner and match by me. So, as I try to catch up on 307 as this discussion goes on, GVR, what'd you think of it?
305, yes. Super good. Loved it. Excellent debut for Millennium Mothra. Loved the usage of Mechagodzilla 2 and Super Jakiro. They were used super well, and they were an awesome team to see. The action was very well done. Loved the characterization of Mothra and her 2 larvae. Loved the scene of the one larva dying. That was very well done and tragic. Only real complaint I have is that I kind of felt like Millennium Mothra was a bit too tanky in this match. Like, I understand she's not frail, but she handled firepower that, like, knocked Godzilla out for a fair bit of time and was just back on her wings instead of feet, I suppose, in no time at all. Yeah, other than that, excellent job, Kaiju X. Well done.
Thank you. Alex, what'd you think of it?
I thought it was a really good follow-up to 304. Like GVR said, the action, the characterization, the tag team of Mechagodzilla and Jikiro, and I really did not expect one of the Mothra larvae dying. That was really tragic and just heartbreaking. With Mothra being tanky, I thought it was fine for the most part. I didn't think she was too tanky. I still think there was a lot of consequences or stakes. So yeah, I think that's one thing I disagree with GVR. I don't think she was tanky. I just think she was able to manage just fine, but with just being that agile to dodge everything. Mm-hmm. So yeah, really good match.
How dare you? I'm kidding.
Shut up.
How dare you have a different opinion from me?
We all know GVR doesn't have rights.
I don't want your damn rights.
Nagoto, what'd you think of it?
The match is pretty good. The banner, it looks nice. They could use a bit more color correcting. Jakira looks a bit weird. Mechagodzilla looks kinda fine. And I feel Mothra could have been a bit more shadowed since she's in front of the sun.
I wanted to do that, but I also didn't want to completely obscure her either, so...
Yeah.
Nagoto, there's two suns.
That's true.
Yeah, and then as far as color correcting Jakiro, just a little bit of fun behind the scenes. The Jakiro I got this from was from a previous banner, because it was like, it fit the image I had in mind. Unfortunately, though, I just did not want to go through all that work again, just getting it out and then putting it there. At the time, my brain was not smart enough to save it as an individual PNG, so, that helped. And I had edited the main base image of Jakiro like that, so it's like, I probably could have applied some burn, made it darker. That probably would have solved it, but, yeah, no. I gotcha, but anyway, onto the match itself as I am skimming through 307.
Mm-hmm. As for the match itself, it was pretty fun. I like how, Mothra was losing at the start, and then the larvas came in, and it was the death of one of the larvas that, forced Mothra to, just win. Not the death of the other Mothra, but the larva, her child dying, is what eventually led her to the extra push that brought her to victory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's she's fighting for the previous one, but it's not it's not the thing that sent her over the edge. It's her driving force. But the death of one of her children is that over the edge moment for sure. Anything else to add, man? You got anything? Or?
I'm skimming through it again, trying to see if there's anything else. I think that's it for me.
All right.
Who's next? Anyone after me?
Joe, what'd you think of 305?
Did you read this one?
I have some thoughts.
All right.
Gorgo versus Kiryu.
Oh.
Violante versus Daigoro. Goliath versus Anguirus.
Damn.
Classic Joe.
I didn't read it.
Oh,
damn.
It sounds interesting, and I like the banner.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Well, shoot. I mean, okay. Right, so I'm going to have to pause.
Yeah, you got to talk about it now.
Right. Yeah, now I have to give additional context, which I promised last time, which I cannot remember off the top of my head because it's just hours after work, mentally kind of drained, but, anyway, to lay all the pieces out. So, 304 and 305 were originally one whole match. It was originally envisioned as one match where Heisei Mothra, Millennium Mothra would team up together and, like, you know, defeat the monsters. In a sense, 304 would have been just the prologue sequence in 30. Like, 304 was just a prologue sequence in what was 305. My original plan was that Heisei Mothra would fight Mechagodzilla and Jakiro on Infidelity, as you see in 304. Minus her death, the usage of the seal, and the Fairy Mothras, everything pretty much played very similarly. And then later on, Millennium Mothra, like, pretty much everything up to her being saved by the Mothra larva is the same from the original version I had. What changed was when Millennium Mothra gets saved. Originally, instead of the Mothra larva, it was going to be Heisei Mothra coming back as, like, a wounded warrior with a whole giant armada of Fairy Mothras coming to their aid. That was the original plan. And then the two of them would then fight Mechagodzilla and Jakiro, and then Heisei Mothra would die, passing the mantle onto Millennium. But, you know, the victory would still be hers, because she would be, like, you know, up to her dying moments, kind of thing. But when the discussion of Mothra larva came up, and, you know, it's like, you know, there had been fan requests for Mothra larva. As of now, we don't really go for protoforms or things that are seen as nominally weaker, necessarily, as, like, forms or whatever. So it's like, those are kind of off the table in terms of KWC stuff, which, you know, kind of nonsense when you consider it's Mothra larva, who has fought against monsters much larger than herself, like Godzilla or Batra. Well, more so Godzilla.
Especially through an entire night.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, I wanted to. I think it was safe to say that, like, a lot of people would love to have had the Mothra larvas, and so as I was writing that match, I got stumped at around the point where Mothra, like, you know, falls early and she gets saved by the larva. Like, I was stumped. I was like, what do I do? Because it's like, I had the Heisei part written, but it was like, I wasn't feeling it. It was not vibing with me as well as it should. And then I thought about it, and I cycled through the movie in my head, and I was like, wait. You know, because it's like, the way the larvas were used in Tokyo SOS were assists. It would be true to the movies, and we would get the opportunity to use Mothra larva in KWC, like, true and tried Mothra larva. So it's like, hey, Greyshot. So I messaged Greyshot. You know, we got on chat, we talked about it, and he was ultimately really cool with it. Like, he totally saw the logic to it. He understood where I was coming from with it, and gave me the go-ahead. So there was a point where I did consider Mothra larvas and Heisei Mothra, but to me, that became super redundant. Like, what's the point of having all these Mothras here when like, the whole point is that she's supposed to be saved by someone else? It was like, it felt too excessive having Heisei Mothra there with the larvas. So what I did was, I decided to make larvas the main feature of the Millennium match, and then I made 304 more or less what it was. I carried over all of the elements I wanted to use as, like, the climax, like, you know, a part where Mothra uses her seal, another part where she uses the Fairy Mothras, and so on, and just incorporated that into 304. And even then, I was still, like I did go through a couple of death revisions too, but as I was writing 305, because originally I think Jakiro had delivered a more direct blow to Heisei Mothra. Like, he had gathered some slag into a metal ball and then smashed her with it. But I decided to change that more to Mechagodzilla because of how Mechagodzilla kills the Mothra larva in this match. I figured it was a good hint to Mechagodzilla being something like the Mothra Terminator in this one. So it would be a nice parallel that, you know, Mechagodzilla killed Heisei Mothra, then Mechagodzilla kills the larva.
Damn, ripping off Joe, huh?
Damn.
Suing.
Before you yeah. And yeah, I think ultimately the two matches did wind up influencing each other because, well, you know, they're connected. I also asked Greyshot, hey, would it be cool if I could make 304 and 305, like, you know, these two separate matches as, like, you know, back-to-back? And he was cool with it, because it was... He also understood it was meant to be one story, but didn't, like, it just didn't pan out that way, because I felt like... Because the other reason I separated 304 was to not only, like, make it easier for, like, me and my brother behind the scenes to, like, you know, retire her... And then, you know, bring in Millennium Mothra 10 days later. I also wanted, well, I did mull on who I wanted to win in 304. I ultimately went with the aliens just to give them that credibility, that credible threat. So that way, Millennium Mothra actually has something, like, you know, something to overcome. So, yeah, and that's just ultimately where that came from. I think the other big part that took me a bit to figure out was Jakiro. Like, I didn't want him to die in 304, because I felt like it would have been nice to have him win in that match. Because I knew I was dispatching both Mechagodzilla and Jakiro in this one, in 305. But it was like 304, I was like, what do I do? What do I do? And I looked at them, and then I think I just recalled, like, Earth's gravitational, like, I don't know why it suddenly came up. I think it was just, again, magnetism. And how, like, you know, Earth's gravitational field, like, disperses the radiation from the sun. And I was like, ooh, what if, like, you know, Jakiro's magnetism could disperse Mothra's, like, seal energy so it wouldn't be as effective. And that was... Because I did have, like, a prototype version where Jakiro would just pull up a giant metal sheet from underground and cover himself with it.
But that's way too convenient.
Way too convenient.
Why?
Yeah, way too convenient. I was like, what could I do?
Magneto, and you trying to pull a Magneto here, Kaiju X?
Right.
Just pull entire chunk of metal out of the earth?
Right, exactly. It's like, it just did not...
there was just a comically large metal sheet under Infant Island.
Right, exactly. I was like, that did not jive with me, because that was exactly what I was expecting. It's like, that's too convenient. That's way too convenient. What about magnetism? Then I did my aforementioned research in the magnetism, rather than, you know, doing research in the episode where Jakiro, you know, pulls in and shoots stuff with the magnet. And so it's like,
airplanes.
Yeah. So, you know, I could have just watched the episode and saved me the trouble. But you know what? I educated myself too, so, you know what? Not a total loss. I at least know...
Doing actual research gives you more ideas.
Yeah, exactly. Real life knowledge for fiction. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was able to conjure up that whole Jakiro thing for here, or for 304, and I was like, hell yeah. And then, yeah, for here, I knew I wanted to have a point where Mothra, like, you know, got blasted in the back by Mechagodzilla's revolving missiles by Jakiro. It was like, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So that would, oh man, because I knew I didn't want to go. I knew I wanted to, like, make sure each side had its own unique thing. Like, I wasn't gonna, like, make it a rehash of what the first one did, and I think I did a pretty good job making the two very separate, very different types of matches, despite featuring very similar combatants. So, but yeah, I'm really happy with how this duology's turned out, and and again, you should be looking at the old banner right now if you aren't already. But yeah, no, I'm really happy with how this duology turned out. I'm glad that we were able to, put put Heisei into rest and then bring in Millennium. I do also have to say the other reason I made 304 continuation of 267 was just to give a sense of resolution. I think Birdman said he maybe had plans on continuing it, but I figured, hey, this already sets up everything for me. We have an egg, which was, again, established previously. We have a mechanical threat coming in. Jakiro hadn't had enough matches, so that helped a lot. And I just kind of went with that.
Yeah, you wanted to use machinery from the start because of Millennium Mothra's, scales.
Yeah, definitely. Millennium Mothra's scales, for sure, to highlight that. And then
watch Birdman make an alternate sequel.
I think that's up to him. That is up to him. Alternate sequels are totally allowed, so...
Kaiju X, you did what Harley did to your Dagora match.
Yeah, exactly!
Yeah, Kaiju X got his reparations.
I guess so. Finally, at long last. But yeah, no, I'm really content with how these two turned out. I don't want to be too egotistical or cocky or anything, but it's I'm super happy with how these turned out. I'm glad everyone's enjoying them, and you know what? They were a blast to write. No pun intended. Or you know what? Pun entirely intended.
Why does 305 feel like it was released a year ago? You finally saw it.
Yeah, I finally saw it. That's great. Yeah, no kid, giant spoon. I gotta post that up there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, darn. Without Greyshot here to give any sort of additional info or, his own thoughts, I guess that leaves us to migrate over to 306 while I try to get to, try and get through 307, and I like what I'm seeing so far. So until Greyshot gets here, because I did message him a bit ago, so I was like, hey man, we're doing a thing. Be here.
Yeah.
But Greyshot running late, that gag.
Yeah.
He'll be here in a year.
Yeah. In a year's time, he will be.
A century.
Oh god. Century. After everyone.
One day I'll be able to be on a podcast for the KWC Battle. One day.
One day.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen.
Damn.
Alright, but...
Just like Gamma 4 Truth never being released.
Damn.
Damn, dude.
Damn.
But yeah, I think that's it. Do we have any additional thoughts with 305? Maybe.
No, just good stuff.
Now
good
that
job.
Heisei Mothra is retired, makes me sad no one wrote up Leo and Heisei Mothra match.
Oh, like a proper Leo Heisei Mothra match.
Yeah, like a proper one where they're teaming up and stuff. Oh no, Mom is dead. Now Leo is here to avenge.
Oh, right.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say I was about to say, wasn't there a fight with them against Mega Geras? But you mean like this duology of matches, basically.
Right.
Like a actual proper at least more of those types of things where they're both there. At least we can do it with Millennium Mothra now.
At least. Well, until she dies in the first act and Leo has to avenge her.
Can we write Leo?
And his two new siblings.
Right, and his two new siblings. Fun fact.
Can we write Leo?
Oh, yeah. Leo is child of Mothra. I remember Greyshot was reluctant at the idea.
He said we can, as long as we don't have doing fighting.
Wait, what?
So the normal larva fight, but Leo larva cannot fight.
Oh, right, Leo larva, right. Oh, yeah, totally, yeah.
No, I just meant are we allowed to have Mothra Leo be Millennium Mothra's kid?
Right. Yeah, no, that specifically, it was maybe, possibly. I feel like it's possible, because I'm going to drop this little fact bomb right here. The Mothra larva in Tokyo SOS are actually a boy and a girl.
Oh.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Too bad one of them's going to die.
Right. So I wrote them as both girls in this match just to be more traditional. But yeah, the actual Tokyo SOS versions of the larva are male and female.
I mean, I can understand like
Kaiju.
Also, here's an idea.
You're forcing diversity into the KWC.
Makino. Also, here's an idea.
KWC is ruined.
Just have Leo die at the beginning of the match, and then have Millennium avenge her son.
You know what? That works. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you could.
That could work too.
Right. Yeah, no, you totally could.
Yeah, just have it be like Leo up against someone who's pretty much immune to beams or something like that.
Mechagodzilla. Heisei.
Can you imagine Leo being like this grandpa to the larva?
Man, that'd be weird. Well, wait, could Leo...
Grandpa Leo was here.
Would it be even possible to, like, have Leo reproducing? Huh? You know what we need?
Well,
I mean, because the Heisei Mothra reproduced by summoning an egg, so...
Right. I mean, I don't know. Okay, go ahead, GVR. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I know it says, like, Leo's male, but I mean, he's also an earth spirit of a species that reproduces asexually.
I guess.
Like, I don't think it really matters that he goes by male pronouns.
Right. I guess that's true. Yeah, no. It's
Gender doesn't matter when it comes to kaiju laying eggs. Have you seen Zilla?
Right. Yeah. No, I got it.
Or gals.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Yeah, or gals.
Or your mom.
Oh, yes, your mom reproduces asexually.
Because, like, when you look at Mothra eggs, they're like the size of Mothra herself. So
yeah.
I've just sort of... I imagine she does just, like, magic them up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No.
I don't want to imagine it.
You don't have to imagine it. It's literally the start of rebirth of Mothra.
Yeah.
Oh.
Joe's just like, oh, it exists. Damn.
Oh, Rebirth of Mothra exists. I thought Leo was just our OC.
Man, Toho's attempt to cash in on the Gamera trilogy really backfired.
Oh yeah, no kidding. No freaking.
I mean, I don't think that's what that was.
I
don't know. Toho's pretty petty.
I don't know, man. Dagara is very scarily similar to Gauss.
Another solo mommy.
But anyway. But yeah, no, what I was gonna say was the idea that maybe we could write Millennium Mothra as a male Mothra, almost like a throwback to the dubs where Mothra was called a male.
Oh yeah.
I mean, technically, you probably can.
Yeah. And
if you literally said that one larva was male and the other was female, I don't see why we can't have a match where the male one grows up.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't see the harm. And again,
what's the multiple situation?
That's an even better idea.
Hold on, Nagota's freaking out. What do you got?
I was gonna say, what about the?
I said that how.
All right, hold on.
Oh yeah, that too.
All right, hold on. Someone's speaking first. Okay, hold on. Nagota, what were you saying? I cannot hear you over everyone else.
Oh, I said since we can have like two or multiple Mothra hate millenniums, you could have like a male and a female one fighting. Like one of them goes off and the other one joins later.
Okay, yeah, no, I think that was also the point Alex was trying to make about the multiples. Yeah, I think currently we're not going to be stating it yet because Greyshot and I haven't come to a final conclusion of how far we want to take it, or that we're allowed.
Oh, so should we cut that out?
Right. Oh no, we're not going to cut it out. You guys are free to use. Hold on. Let me lay it down. You are allowed to use multiple Mothras. That is fine. The extent as to how far you could take that is a different story. I think it could just be whatever best served.
Health levels.
Right. we're not sure. We're not sure about because I think Greyshot suggested Gauss levels of Mothra larva just by merit of more so like logic. Like if one Mothra has 2 Mothra larvae, those Mothra larvae become adults. They reproduce, and keep going from there. And plus, you kind of get multiple Mothras in the movie anyway. 1 adult, 2 babies. But I think as of for now, I would say it'd be best to say limited, like maybe like 3. So it's like the adult and her 2 grown-up children, or something to that extent.
At least 3 or 4.
Right, like 3 or 4 or something.
I still say like that Desghidorah manga would be like a good idea to go off of for that.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's
where it's like a
probably,
dozen or so.
Right, well, it's like a dozen or so. Yeah, I think stuff like that can be recreated, but maybe not like a planetary scale.
Yeah, I'm not asking for 1 million Millennium Mothras.
Right. Unless you can make it work functionally, let me put it this way: I think you're allowed to go that crazy, but we prefer to keep it scaled back because it'd be more in character for Mothra to be more limited in number. But
yeah, I was about to say like Mothra would not blot out the sun and do all that. Like,
right.
The Mothras would keep their population to like a manageable thing.
Right, unless you have a compelling story reason why she's going crazy. Don't take it that crazy.
Aliens got it.
Got it.
Godzilla Bones got it. Kiryu got it.
Your mom got it.
So, yeah, that's to clear that up. So if you don't see it on the FAQ, it's like, oh, what about her? For now, she's going to be the unspoken one. Like there are you can use multiple adult Mothras. We're just going to keep it unspoken for now until we find some clarity. With that said, I think we can finally migrate from 305 yonder over to 306. Oh man. 306 KWC match 306 Godzilla Legendary versus Rodan Heisei by Joshua Stripmatter. This one's good. This one's really good from Joshua Stripmatter. I know he had been looking forward to it for a long time. I know I've been looking forward to it for a long time. And my gosh, I really love this match. I think it makes Rodan look credible. I think it's a very interesting and like sort of unexpected oh gosh, the words are not coming to me here. Deplastic.
I can hear the gears churning in your brain.
Yeah, no, I still really like the way the match played out. I think it's long, but it's not dragging. It keeps things going at a nice pace without getting boring. Every new things happen here and there, and the ending is surprisingly unexpected. And it's like, you know what? Well then. Credit to making Rodan Heisei Rodan a credible threat. You did a really good job with this one, man. Great job. So, yeah. But yeah, with that said, again, hard to say on the actual match because again, I just really liked it. But the banner front I can't go into because I made the banner for this one as well. It took me just a couple days to get on DeviantArt. This banner was a lot of fun to make. I really enjoyed, getting that shot in for this particular match. And I was almost struggling for a bit because I couldn't quite fit everything on the normal dimensions. But then I was like, wait, what about having it being seen through a window of an abandoned building? So I took a picture from Chernobyl, which had the perfect image I was going for. There were some things I had to clone out, but other than that, though, it's I love the way this turned out. And then when I was making the banner, it was before I had properly gone into the match. And I was like, wait, 6:20 a.m. That's in the morning. Then again, it's also Japanese morning. I should have taken that into account too, but oh well. But yeah, I really love making the banner for this one. Getting Godzilla and Rodan like into their places, and anytime I can use the Godzilla Trading Battle sprites, it's always a plus for me. In this case, Rodan. But yeah, and then I think this is the first time I've applied a rust effect over the Janjira nuclear power plant stuff. Give that old abandoned look and establish the fact that it's set in Janjira. So, this one was fun. I really enjoyed constructing it and whatnot. That was a lot of fun. And then I had to once I had seen 6:20 a.m. I had to make the background day for night. So I was like, oh boy. But yeah, a lot of fun. Good time with it. Yeah. GVR, what'd you think of the match?
Super good. Super good. I loved this one. The action was superb. Loved how Heisei Rodan wasn't just treated as like a pathetic little thing. He was treated as an actual threat, which he is because Heisei Rodan was able to knock Heisei Godzilla over before being mutated and got hit with like 5 atomic rays and didn't care. And then later his Fire Rodan beat up Heisei Mechagodzilla and wasn't eviscerated by a plasma grenade.
Right. Well, he got hurt really bad by it, but even that was a point-blank one.
Like it tore open his chest, but he lived.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he wasn't okay afterwards, but the plasma grenade would just slaughter the majority of kaiju.
Mm-hmm. Built for that.
So yeah, I did love how it was my brain also doesn't work. But that's par for the course. Yeah, no, just like props to Joshua Strittmatter. I definitely look forward to his matches in the future. I've verified a few of his matches for the KWCE, and I've loved all of them so far. Good stuff. I look forward to if there's a sequel.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Anyway.
Yeah.
Alex, what'd you think of 306?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I thought the fighting between the two combatants was really good. Rodan was really treated as a credible threat, something you don't really see that often. I thought it was a breath of fresh air, and the ending was very surprising. Mm-hmm. I will say, though, the only problem is the sequel's a lot better. It blows this one out of the water, even though this one's still really good.
Oh boy!
I thought you were gonna say the only problem is that it treats a '90s kaiju with respect.
Wow, well, GVR is still so salty.
No, that's what Joe would say.
Yeah.
No, I thought Alex's criticism is, why couldn't I give this an 11?
I gave your mom an 11.
Oh gosh, darn it. Nagota, what'd you think of 306?
Godzilla Monsterverse is actually a giant prehistoric amphibious reptile, Titanis Gojira, not a dinosaur. I had to bring that up. One of us had to bring that up. Anyway,
the Facebook comments are.
I was gonna say that.
I had a drink in my mouth when he started that, and it took everything to keep it in.
Dakota almost killed Kaiju X.
Oh gosh.
I mean, if you want, I can just speak in a robot voice.
No. Oh gosh.
Anyway, I really like the banner, though it kind of has like for some reason like a painting look to it.
Oh.
It looks painted, like the walls and stuff, doesn't it? Do you guys see that too?
I
Or is
can
it just
see
me?
what you mean. That's
Yeah, I
just
think
from the
so,
original.
yeah.
I think part of it is from the original image. I know I had to copy paste and crop because some of the plants some of the plant
better.
there were a lot more draping plants which I wanted to keep in, but they just were not cooperating with me. So
I mean, foliage would have been nice to see. Like more foliage would have been nice to see covering like the roof and stuff.
yeah.
Because that's kind
what
of
right.
what happens when disaster strikes and
Right.
people abandon an area.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I wanted to do, but I just, again, that foliage was not cooperating with me, so I got rid of it. But the thought never came to, right. But the thought never came to mind to do any of that.
Oh, hey, look who's here.
It's way schwa.
It's your
Right.
mom.
It's late.
Kaiju
Shot.
X.
Here.
About time you got here, young man. How dare you?
For that matter, I think. Yeah, hold on. There was a very similar. I'm trying to look for the original image I used for.
Can you repeat that?
No, I'm trying to look for the original image I used
you
for.
you can yourself, but
Okay, time to vote Greyshot out.
Deep blasted. But yeah.
so my thoughts on the actual match itself. It was really, I like how Rodan is actually treated as a threat for once instead of just he's here. Oh, there he's dead. Oh no, he's revived into fire Rodan. That. At least here, he's actually doing damage. He's beating monsters up like he's supposed to. He's Rodan. All Rodans are strong.
I'll just say that the sequel makes him even a lot more powerful.
Ooh.
Wink, wink.
Epic.
Oh, damn.
Let's hope that gets posted soon.
Hey.
Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Anthony says no.
Plus, it actually kind of fits in with the character because if it fits in with just animals in general. If there's a big weak point on your opponent, you're gonna aim for that big weak point whenever you can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, entirely reasonable.
Okay,
Reasonable assessment.
Why wouldn't you take advantage of gills?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
not
animals.
so sure that it's much of a. I can't think. Did Ghidorah take advantage of it? I think they were very much like. They were kind of like less emphasized.
Yeah, they were less
Making.
emphasized in Kingdom. The Muto took some advantage of that.
Yeah. The Mutos.
Like the move them in the neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that makes sense because,
Found
the
it.
Mutos. Yeah. That makes some sense because the Mutos are more animalistic and literally evolved to fight
Godzilla.
legendary Godzilla species, while King Ghidorah is just some random thing that showed up one day and started picking fights.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, look, Chernobyl.
Chernobyl. Yeah, no, I wanted to preserve more of the plant life here in this image, like in the foreground, but I, again, just was not cooperating with me with how I want to compose the image, so...
still, it's a really good shot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you asked me to do it, I probably could have done it for you.
Oh, probably. I wanted to do it. I think it was just one of those days where it's like, I want to do it. Me.
You wanted to challenge yourself.
Yes. And you know what? I'm happy with how it turned out. I'm really happy with how it looks. So, even with the stuff I didn't reincorporate, so. But yeah. Greyshot! Now, well, hold on. Joe, what did you think of 306?
I read it a long time ago,
Alright.
and I remember I really liked it.
Hooray!
I liked that Rodan one. I think this was, I think I read it when Legendary Godzilla was on his winning streak. And I liked the subversion of expectations that it was Rodan who won.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool. And it was written really nicely and brutally. And the whole match and the whole fight was really good. And the banner kicks ass.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, every hit in this match feels like it matters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shoot.
Do you want me to give my thoughts?
Yeah, right. I was going to circle back to you. So first, Greyshot, what did you think of 306? We'll cover that first, and then we'll go back around to 305 in a bit.
So I like the setup. The setting was really cool, being the Jinjira plant. Obviously, it's an amazing setting in the movie, so it's nice to come back. And your banner, like, it basically shows like a very cool version. Like, it's not like shot for shot, but like very much. If I were to look at this and someone to say, "Oh, that's Jinjira," I'd be like, "Okay, I could see it."
Yeah. Which I wanted to go for. So.
Yeah, I know. The banner is top notch. I love the atomic breath. It looks powerful and it looks really, really, really good. The consistency of like the 2019 breath, but the design of like 2014.
Right. There's like mixture element. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
And the way it pushes against Rodan too. That was a lot of fun to make. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. But overall, I really. Yeah, the action for this one was solid. The build-up was solid. Like, I liked the ending with Godzilla, like, slinking away. Like, again, kind of leaving up in the air. Did he die? Did he not? Every hit mattered. The action mattered. And, again, it worked all to, like, a very solid ending. I wasn't surprised when Rodan won as the fight progressed. This very much reminded me of Rodan versus Gamera in regards... in regards to Rodan picking a fight with a monster that, on paper, you probably wouldn't think he'd win against, but he gets the advantage. But overall, yeah, this one I enjoyed. I'm not sure if I liked it more though than Rodan versus Gamera. Regardless, giving it semantics. I still think this is a solid first match for Josh, and I look forward to his next match.
I just realized that all we need is Rodan versus King Kong, and we would have a quadrilogy of matches where Rodan beats the top four.
Oh yeah.
Did he fight Ultraman?
Yeah,
he fought Ultraman.
Yeah, he's fought Ultraman, and I think he won that one.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
right.
he did.
It took me a second to like. I'm thinking of the banner now because you made the banner.
Yes, I made the banner. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Ultraman got a building through his dick.
Yeah, he does kind of look impaled.
Well then. No. Regardless. I really enjoyed it. And again, I look forward. I think I like 307 a little bit more in regards to the new writers. But yeah, no, Josh, I look forward to seeing what you come up with next.
But yeah, no. All right, sweet. And now, before we hop on over to 306, we're going to loop back over to 305 because Greyshot wasn't here for that. I do know that Greyshot at least is, pretty much aware of, some of the, some of the elements that went into the making of the match. But Greyshot, what are your thoughts on 305 and, any other stuff about it? Blah, blah, blah.
To be honest, I thought it was I thought it was absolute trash. Why did Mothra Hesai have to die for this match? It's just, the worst. No. I think I liked the first part a little more. Millennium was used very well. Again, she's the powerhouse. People don't realize how strong she is from the movies. I think it was Godzilla vs. Rayquaza actually mentioned it because there's a fantasy match on the forums, but it's the McNerd of she threw Godzilla around quite easily, and I kind of like that physicality in this match. Now, not to say the scales don't get a cool kill here and there, but it is well deserved. Oh, and speaking of kills, Kaiju X, you have no heart. How dare you kill a larva?
Yay!
How dare you? That was just oh.
Yeah, because the larvae are sort of you don't expect them to die.
Yeah, it's like someone killing Minya. I guess that's a bad choice because that's what I want to do. Someone killing...
Man, you're like Hitler.
I don't think I'm that bad.
At least Hitler cared about Germany.
Something.
I beg to differ on that one too. Regardless, this works as a very nice introduction to the character of Moth Millennium. An awesome fight, some great detail by Andrew. He always knows how to flesh out his moments. Every hit felt like it hit as it done. Even the moments of Mothra catching fire and such. It was very well detailed. I liked it when it popped up, and yeah, it ended on a bang. So top notch.
Oh yeah, one more fun fact. That's right, because I wanted. Yeah, for the ending, that I knew I always had a point where Fire Mothra would ram into Mechagodzilla's barrier, but then I was like, what do I do with that? I was conflicted with how to handle it. Then I talked to Greyshot about it, and he basically suggested the ending we have. So, because it was Mechagodzilla, covered in scales from the previous bout, because I already had that part semi-written out, the part where Mothra's scales or no, I think that was the influence for that. It was Mothra's scales leaking off her wings, crying, and they latch on to Mechagodzilla in such a way where it's kind of non-discreet at first, but then comes back full swing by the end.
Yeah.
So it's just the idea that Mechagodzilla blows up in his own barrier sounded way too good.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Oh man,
that was fun.
I mean, I did like the idea of Mothra carpet bombs an area, right? Scales drop on a landscape. Monster walks into that landscape. Another monster fires. It's basically a trap, and the entire area just detonates.
Ooh, that's a fun idea. Ooh, that's a really fun idea.
But yeah, Mechagodzilla being blowing up his own shield. Yeah, no. By the catalyst being Fire Mothra, setting it off.
Yeah.
Again, really good.
Yeah. I definitely need to play around with Millennium Mothra. There's a lot you can do with her.
This is why we added her, is because not only do we have the larvas now that can assist with her, but she has a very different type of style than the
other Mothras.
Yeah. Because she's.
I'm just waiting for someone to. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say she got some physicalities, a different range of powers. So, pretty cool addition. Regardless, what were you saying, Nigoda?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I said I'm just waiting to see if anyone would point out that there's a big hole on top of, right above Mechagodzilla's barrier, because it just goes around them in a cylinder. It doesn't talk.
Right. I mean, I'm not sure if that was the case in the movie. I don't think we ever get that perspective in the movie. I know in the games it's a big hole in the top, but
in the movie, it's also just a big hole in the top too.
Well, even if it were to detonate, that just means that the detonation is mostly contained.
Right.
It's still gonna tear them apart. Yeah, there's gonna be like if there was someone sitting on a couch on top of Mechagodzilla, he'd be launched to orbit. But like,
Yeah. Like those videos of someone sitting on an airbag on a tire.
it's like the oh god, it would be like yeah, it would just be so much pressure on. It's like the ending of 200, what I did. It's like Godzilla literally standing on a volcano. Space Godzilla explodes. There's only one place to go, but up. You know.
At least he's with
Yeah,
our
it's
Lord and Savior.
kind of like a
Jesus
firework,
Christ.
actually.
Well, clearly we need Mechagodzilla to
Yeah, his
detonate
head-
inside his shield, but a monster's flying above him.
Yeah, and the last shot you see is Mechagodzilla's head spinning in space.
Space. Anyway. Do continue Greyshot before we were interrupted by.
No, that was it. That's all I got.
All right. But yeah, no.
Bacon's here?
Yes, Bacon. That's right. That was the one I was thinking of. Bacon, my boy, you're here. You're up.
He's here, but he's been typing in the wrong chat.
Get the
Gosh
fuck
darn
out.
Gosh darn it, Bacon.
Bacon. Wrong chat. General.
KWC General, son, or I'll never read your comments again.
Oh, there he is.
Okay, good.
Switched.
Anyway. Anyway. But yeah. But that's it, Bacon.
Damn.
Now that you're here, well, type out your thoughts on 305 and 306 as we, any sort of specific highlights between the two as we jump into our discussion of match 307, a match I didn't read. Gosh, or at least was reading. But, I think I'd rather sit down, actually read, maybe give my thoughts next time.
Yeah.
Because I hear a lot of good things about it, and from what I'm skimming, I see a lot of good things about it. So it's like I don't mind you guys talking about it, because that I guess that'll just help me read it in a weird way, if that makes sense. So spoilers allowed, just
Yes.
like everything else. So you know what?
Okay.
But yeah, 307, I don't have much to say about the match, because again, I just I wanted to read it. I really wanted to read it, especially after all the glowing praise this one got. But it's like, gosh darn it, I hadn't found the time. Stupid work. I blame work for everything. But I will say, Nagoda, really good job with the banner. I love the way this came out. This has a nice sort of like that dark, stormy atmosphere to it, and then you got kind of the rougher waves and things splashing, and then Manda and Titanosaurus, they look really good. So good job with them, man. You did a really good job with the banner.
Was it actually storm match? I wasn't paying attention. I didn't see anything about a storm.
Right. I'm not sure. I haven't read the match. Gosh darn it! But anyway, Bacon.
It's very much set in a storm of hate. I mean, that's basically the whole theme of the match, is just vengeance and hate, and how it spirals from one to the next.
Okay.
So,
But literally, there was no storm.
It goes towards the weather.
But literally, there was no storm because it starts off with fishermen.
Okay.
yeah, no, they're just chilling on some boats. Yeah, and it's nice. It's really, they're just bringing their catch.
Gotcha.
But look, yeah,
It's
like
symbolic.
what Bacon says, creative liberties.
Yeah, it's symbolic. But
Yeah.
And it looks good.
Also, it just looks cooler.
yeah.
Mhm.
Totally.
Yep, just like that other banner I did where it was in daytime and the match was in night.
Yeah, that was Mechagodzilla vs. Kiryu. Mechagodzilla vs. Kiryu.
I would switch.
We take some liberties here and there, just a few.
Because it's
Like,
not-
here's my opinion. I'll make jokes about like, oh, the banner's inaccurate, but whatever looks best, do it.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if it's fully accurate.
That's like, for instance, I think a good example is like Monster X versus Iris. Like, Monster X doesn't stand on the moon looking at Iris during that fight, but
And the moon is in the entire sky.
yeah, the moon reference is a small reference. And I was like, it would be amazing.
Right. I got you, man. I got you. So you know what? It's what looks best.
By the way, I made this banner when I first discovered lightning brushes. There's actual brushes that make lightning.
Ooh.
And it made Nagoda so happy.
You know, one of these days I just need to ask Nagoda to walk me through, how to do Adobe and such.
Photoshop.
Yep.
Yeah, Nagoda needs to teach us all, make a class out of it.
He'll be a better professor than his professors.
Good luck with that. Good luck with trying to learn anything from me. I was just gonna be like, this goes here, and then blah blah blah.
Nagoda's class is just like, first you open up Photoshop, then you do some black magic. Invoke the Elder Gods. You got a banner now.
No, we're gonna end up frustrating him to the point where he's just gonna say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna shoot up the forums."
Anyway, but yeah, no, I think we've, all right. So 307, as Bacon types out his thoughts as I commanded him to. We'll go from the top to the bottom. Greyshot, what did you think of 307?
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed 307. The story of the father and son was really captivating. It was very simple, but it was very... I wanted to see how it went, and then how it takes its turn is kind of like, oh, like they're not detailed characters, but like the little moments you get between the father and the son are enough that when you see the stuff that happens to them, that you're just like, oh no. So I quite enjoyed that. The monster fight was also spectacular. Every attack seemed vicious, and yeah, it just did not seem like anyone was having a fun time. This was very much Titanosaurus and Manda, just like as vicious, hate-filled monsters, and you could feel it within the battle. Otherwise, I gotta say positive regards to this match. Jake did a job, and I'm glad to see that Titanosaurus got the win in the end. Take that, Manda. You might have beat Big M, but can you beat Titanosaurus?
GVR, what'd you think of 307?
Super good. I loved the human element. Even if it didn't matter too much to the monsters, it was very interesting, and it not mattering too much to the monsters was the point, to emphasize how small the humans were.
Yeah.
I loved the motivations of Manda and Titanosaurus. And the fight was just super good. It was intense, brutal. Both of them seemed just evenly matched. I was unable to tell who was going to win almost the entire time, because it just kept going back and forth. But ultimately it did end with a very brutal kill that I won't spoil. But just damn. Yeah, good stuff. I definitely look forward to what else this author has to offer. The ending seemed like it was teasing a bit of a sequel, so let's hope that comes to fruition.
Or even if it doesn't, just another match from this author, be awesome.
That too.
Yeah, I messaged him, and I think he's now in the KWC Discord now.
He's in the Discord. Yep. Unfortunately, he has not really interacted with us since his first introduction, so... we
need to drag him into here.
Right. It's drag him in. It's
yeah, he just said hi, and then yesterday or so, he said that looks like a good idea to something Alex posted.
How dare he ignore us? Find him.
There he goes.
Greyshot, you get him. You're the one that brought him in. Anyway,
we'll get him on a
KWCC work. I'm not sure if you know this, but I don't really do that here.
All right.
Greyshot barely interacts with us.
He just views us as
I show up on occasion.
Not friends.
Yeah. I show up on occasion. I talk to you guys and ask your advice, and I disappear into the void.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh. Greyshot, I got a question for power later. I'll do it after the.
Okay, after
I'm slightly terrified and curious at the same time.
Yes.
That's why Greyshot doesn't hang out with us, because we keep asking him questions and insulting him.
Yeah, you just scroll up and staff the question. So.
Yeah, the question's in the KWC staff thing. So.
Oh, noted.
But yeah. GVR, or not GVR. Alex, what'd you think of 307?
From the little I was able to read of it, it was really good. So, like, yeah, I couldn't finish it.
Okay, so he's in the same boat I am. So.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. But yeah, no. And unfortunately, like I said, the little bit I did, I was able to skim like during really good stuff. I do want to sit down, give this the honorary read like later, and just give my opinions at a later point, because really promising stuff. I do look forward to see if he writes more stuff, because that would be awesome. Nagoto, what'd you think of 307?
I really fisherman, father-son pair, and the like that subplot was really interesting for me, because you don't really get like random characters that you kinda get feel for, and the terror of experiencing a monster attack when you don't really think there's gonna be a monster. Well, there's gonna be a monster attack, but as the in-character person, you don't think you're gonna be attacked by a monster.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the whole entire theme of hatred brews hatred, whereas Titanosaurus, he was this peaceful creature, but then after being used by humans, being hurt, hatred grew in him, which led him to go attack Japan and kills the old man, which then makes the sun hate the sea and monsters, as well as with Manda as well. The destruction of Mu gave hatred of the surface humans, which led him to do the whole entire fish boycott. And it was their hate that made the two monsters fight each other.
Wow. Yeah, that's actually pretty complex. I like that. Ooh, shoot. Dang it. Yeah, no, I'm going to have to sit down and read this one day, because holy crap, that sounds really good. But yeah, do you have anything else to add, Nagoda, or anything with the banner or blood? Oh wait, yeah.
Like I said earlier, I've made the banner during when I first discovered there was more than just 10 PNGs of lightning out there.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
GVR gave Nagoda the keys to the Magic Kingdom.
I had a lot of trying to putting this banner together. I had those waterings that are covering the monsters is just another brush. The lightnings I made using a lightning brush. The storms were as an actual storm picture though. But as for the monsters themselves, they had color correcting. But eventually I got it to where they look like they're in they are colored like they're a storm. Yeah. Plus, if you look in the between Manda and Titanosaurus, you can see more of Manda in the waves.
Yeah, I saw. I actually saw that when I was just looking at the image. I see Manda a little bit here, a little bit behind Titanosaurus too. It was nice. Yeah, no, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Joe, what'd you think of 307?
Balserdan versus Kamactors. Also, tell me where are the match forums. It's because I tried to log in, but it was too hard. I'm logged in with Facebook.
Well, don't forget, Go versus Gizora next.
Oh gosh. But anyway, yeah.
I didn't read it.
Oh, okay. What you think of the banner, though?
That looks really cool.
From Brother Nagoda. Anyway, yeah, and then Bacon just basically said that the match is really Kino.
Yeah, Bacon's not a complex man.
No, he is not he is a very simple boy. He is a very simple boy. Be that for better or worse, he is simple. And that should be that is a trait to be appreciated, gosh darn it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, there says Kino, simp, or boomer.
Well, I mean, all of it's true.
Yes, it is objectively true. I said the
Oh, objectively.
There we go.
Where's your 12-hour review?
Coming soon.
Alex, to be objectively honest.
Oh, shit.
You're rattling the cages. But with that said, I think we can.
That's what cages are for. You're supposed to rattle them, right?
No, I mean, I think GVR said that because last night Greyshot crawled into GVR's room and drank his blood like a vampire. turned him into an honest vampire.
Are you sure?
That was gonna go.
Are you sure it was his blood?
Spend like a few seconds inside your head and figure out what the hell is going on.
Anyway, with that said, we'll migrate over from 307 to KWCE number 61, Kamen Rider J and Ultraman versus Cerebulon. Did we talk about
GVR's like saying, now I crave Applebee's.
Ew, no.
Actually, question, did we review match 60 last time?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's right. Okay, yeah, no, that's right, because it was like a surprisingly brutal fight. Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that was a close call.
Damn, Joe.
Wait a minute. Gosh darn it, Joe. Anyway,
I also want to know what's going on in you two's heads.
Yeah, I don't think I want to know that, so...
As Kaiju X said as he stared down at his member.
This is the video where we kill Kaiju X through laughter.
Yeah. Gosh. Anyway, but that's it. KWCE number 61, Kamen Rider J and Ultraman vs. Cerebulon from Shipper's Dreamer, aka Harley. This one is alright. Like, I wouldn't compare it to, say, Godzilla vs. Orochi, but it's also like it's surprisingly bare bones, and I think it goes through the same sort of, it sets up, it's like, oh, here's what's going on all across the world. It's just sort of like, I get it's meant to be like a big event that's like, all this crazy stuff's going on, and then here's the one point we're focusing on, which, again, nothing inherently wrong with that, but at the same time, it's like, it's something I feel like you better have a follow-up to, otherwise, like, it's just kind of left hanging there. It's like, why are we here? Okay. But yeah, it's somewhat basic for Harley. I don't think it's bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I do think it is.
She did write this like years ago.
Right. This is older 2017 Godzilla vs. Orochi Harley, or that era Harley, where it's very simple, bare bones, and sort of basic E. So it's like, again, not bad, but just kind of there to me. So yeah, unfortunately, like. Not a lot really stuck to me with this one, but it was serviceable, so I was like, alright, here you go. But yeah. But going down the list, Bacon, type your thoughts in on the match and I'll read them out for you. Greyshot, did you read it?
I did not read the KWC.
Okay. He never reads the KWC. I'm mildly kidding. GVR, what'd you think of it?
Well, okay, first of all, I thought this was a good match overall. I very much enjoyed the fight. It's cool seeing a monster from War of the Monsters. Cerebulon is a very unique thing. And Ultraman and Kamen Rider J were real cool. Wish it had been a slightly longer, but like I understand why it was as short as it was. The only issue I have with this match is the beginning. Like the prelude with all over the world and all that. I don't care for those kinds of things where it's just there's something happening all over the world. Here's a bunch of characters you know doing that thing they do, and then not doing anything with that. Like, I feel like I would prefer if it had just been like there was a worldwide invasion and maybe like very briefly be like these cities are being attacked or destroyed and all that, instead of going into that much detail for something that is ultimately pointless.
Right. So, like, just strip it down to bare essentials. Like, in Japan, this is happening. In America, this is happening. In Brazil, this is happening.
Yeah, like there was a bit of a discussion on the server. It has the same issue that Crystalak and Obsidius versus King Kong 2005 and Zilla has, where it's just rattling off a bunch of things that are happening all over the world and then doesn't do anything with that.
Oh yeah, someone got upset because everyone was complaining about that, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who.
Right. No, I think it was, yeah. So someone like made a like comment out of that was like, because that is somewhat important. That's like it's only like that kind of detailed stuff is only good if you kind of cut back to it. Like like I said, a sequel to this would help a lot. Or even the same with the Crystalak and Obsidius versus Kong 2005 and Zilla. Same case there. A sequel to that would help tremendously because it's like, okay, we can revisit these areas.
Yeah. I just feel like it's not good for a match to have things that aren't vital.
Right. So, unless they are vital, but again, with how things are, especially now that it's so many years later or whatever, it's like, yeah, no, it's like, not really vital. Not important. So, yeah, I can get that. Alex, what do you think of KWCE number 61?
Well, I'll tell you something. I didn't read it.
Oh, okay. The build-up, always with that build-up, it's like, I'll tell you something. I didn't read it.
I'll tell you what.
Gosh darn, to go to put faces in the LOL Discord. Dakota, what'd you think of KWCE number 61?
It reminded me that we have Kamen Rider J in the KWC. I might use because I actually forgot we had him in here.
Oh lordy. And Joe, what'd you think of KWCE number 61?
Where are you at, Joe Mama?
He said,
Joe didn't read it.
well, I didn't read it. just call it. Just.
I'll tell you what, Kaiju X, I didn't read that damn KWCE.
Well said, Joe Mama.
And I guess that promptly closes the chapter on that. Wow, this is a really quick going to post discussion, whatever. Oh, Bacon, what'd you think of KWCE number 61? Bacon.
He didn't read it.
Okay. All right. Alrighty.
Why do you think you're still staring through the wall of Discord?
Yeah, I see like a bunch of walls. I didn't see your opinion on that, man. Sorry. For the third time! Anyway. It good, Lamau. Oh, okay. So he did read it. Gosh darn it. No! Oh, you're responding to something else. Okay. Yeah, boy! I love that song. Anyway.
Yes.
It's like my favorite song in that soundtrack.
Oh, same here.
Oh.
I mean, the whole soundtrack's great, but that's my favorite.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. No, I'm glad you posted that, because that did remind... Okay, now that we're in the post... This is the end of the KWC segment. Welcome to the Post-KWCC shenanigans, where we talk for like an hour or something. I don't know. So... Well, I'll let Greyshot see. Did you have anything to add? Do you think there's anything we can, is there anything up and coming that you would like to inform the audience listening?
As of right now, nothing to announce, but I would keep an eye out because we might have something in the future, cosmetically for the KWC.
Okay. I know we've been talking about that for like a day.
Well, things have been set in motion, so things will happen. Things will happen. That's all I can say.
It's gonna be pretty cool.
Yes, it's gonna be pretty cool eventually.
Mm-hmm, right.
Agreed.
Yeah, for sure. So, without Bacon knowing what it is, the only non-staff member here. Anyway, but yeah, no, I think recently, going off topic to something I had seen very recently that has been suggested by some of you folks because of interest with intent on using it in the KWC in a sense. So it's like, all right, I'll just just kind of like, finally sit down and watch it to ultimately kind of study it, see what it has, or what we sort of like the cans and can'ts, because believe it or not, this is a movie distributed or produced.
Distributed.
Okay, right, distributed by Toho, so it does fall within jurisdiction, and I do think the world, again, I don't think it's like a My Hero Academia situation where the world just clashes with the nature of monsters. I think this one can complement it really well.
Yeah. Like said, just to interject, it shares the same world as Your Name, so I know you haven't seen that one yet, so I'd recommend that one as well.
Right, yeah.
Weathering with You.
Yes.
Yeah, Weathering.
That's what I was building up to the whole time, Weathering with You. So it's like, maybe we could have a fun discussion about that, how we enjoyed it as a movie, and maybe some of our plans of using its characters in KWCs, maybe. Because they technically, again, they do fall in jurisdiction because of Toho distribution. It's almost like, it's kind of like match, which one was it? 302 or 303? 302. Yeah, Mothra versus Batra. Where it's like that has the ghosts from the Haunted School series. Again, little obscure Toho property in a KWC match. It's similar to that. But it'd be nice, again, nice to have something different, something very different, more in that vein that I'm, really looking forward to. I'd love to see stuff, focused on these characters going through this event as giant monsters duke it out or something. I am looking forward to see what you guys do to incorporate that, or heck, even what I might do to incorporate that.
Someone just
my idea to get the 4 nations of the Avatar in the KWC will be complete.
Gosh darn it!
Let me know when y'all are done talking about this.
Alright, gotcha, man.
You will sit here and discuss the greatest movie of 2019/2020 with
I don't
us.
think he's watched it yet. He doesn't have spoilers.
I haven't watched it yet, so if you guys dive into spoilers, please let me know.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll try and keep spoilers.
It's sad.
I might do the same
As with
with
all
GVR.
movies.
Right. Okay, gotcha. Okay, when we jump into spoiler territory, we'll let you guys know. So, all right. So Weathering with You, this is my first I know of your name and I know Weathering with You had a connection to it. I wasn't aware they shared the same universe, which is interesting.
Yeah, that one, and I haven't seen this one yet, but the Garden of Words also shares the same universe.
Okay, all right.
That's the only
that
one I
one
haven't
was
seen.
good.
Yeah,
that one's really short. It's like 46 minutes.
Really?
From what I know.
Weird, but all right. Afraid, I am. Yeah, no. As my first exposure to the work of, I cannot remember the name of the director. What was his name?
Makoto Shinkai. Yeah, Makoto Shinkai.
Okay, Makoto Shinkai. Yeah. Shinkai. Yeah. As my first exposure to his work, this is a gore.
Sorry.
Okay, good. Okay.
Did you drop something?
Someone dropped something. Anyway, but I think this is a gorgeous movie. Holy shoot. Like, the first thing I have to immediately praise are the visuals. Holy moly. I love big budget Japanese cinema, like Japanese animated movies. Holy moly, because this stuff looks so good. It looks fantastic. Like, through and through. Even the CG elements, even when I did pick up that, it's like, oh, there are CG elements in here. They at least do a really good job making it look like paint. How should I put this that makes sense? They're the paintings in motion. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Because, yeah, it's really well implemented, and I love all that stuff. And I also I think the characters are also all around really solid. I enjoyed each one of them. They were all, sort of quirky and distinct in their own ways, and things get intense in ways incredibly quickly. That's like, oh, okay. And I think, without going into spoilers, I just had a really good time with it, and it really does, twists and turns in such ways I didn't expect, because I expected it to be more of one thing, then it turned into a direction into another thing, which makes sense given the title. That's the most I'll say. But all around, Weathering with You is a really solid movie. Really, again, recommendation, just out the boat. No pun intended.
You got 3 recommendations here.
I was definitely very fortunate enough to see this in theaters. Seeing it on the big screen,
must have been a good experience.
It was. It didn't get like the same exposure as like Your Name did in terms of in the States.
Yeah.
I think in my area it was only like 2 days. I was still not really a fan of anime at the time. I know I watched a few with my friends who've been slowly getting me into it. A friend invited me to watch it. I said, sure, I'll go watch it. He's watched a lot of the stuff that I invited to, so I'll return him solid.
Yeah.
I was prepared to make fun of it because, again, I was still in that, anime is laughable. I make fun of everything about it. And prior I saw Your Name before. While that one was a good movie, it wasn't like... I still think it's a great movie, but not my fancy or anything.
Right.
But, like, within the first few minutes of Weathering with You, I was entranced by it. I was just glued to it. Like, I loved it. Like, seeing it on the big screen, it was the one word I could describe to it after... The one word I described after I watched it, it was beautiful. And after it finished, I turned to my friend and said, that was the best theater experience I've had in a very, very long time.
Oh, I can...
Even way better than, like, the Godzilla movies I've seen.
Right.
In theaters. That I was like, holy shit, this was just beautiful. That's the one word I'd describe it.
Right. Yeah, no, totally. That's in... I envy you, man. I envy you.
The only thing I regret is my friend and I not saying we should watch this the following day in theaters again. even though tickets were $14.
Right.
But that was well worth the price.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, freaking. Oh man, there's so much to. Like, there's a lot more, especially on the technical front too. My gosh, does it recreates Tokyo so beautifully. Like
it really.
Right. Like, I've never been to Tokyo. I don't imagine anyone on the server really has. But, like, yeah, it really captures the atmosphere, like, to a T. It's crazy.
Yes, again, everything was just beautifully done. The animation was just perfect. I know people kind of frown down upon it when you say this word for certain movies and all that stuff, but I literally do call this movie perfect. I do not really find a criticism at all. This is one of those few movies that I cannot say, like, criticize.
Right.
Unless you want to joke. But this one's more of a joke. I'd say the only unrealistic thing about it is how Hodaka uses Yahoo instead of Reddit.
Okay, right.
Because what kind of teenager uses Yahoo instead of Reddit?
Right. Okay, gotcha.
In 2021.
Right. It's like, you know, it's like what is this? 2009, like 2005. Right. Yeah, no, that's entirely fair. I do have like one criticism, but that requires to go into spoilers, so I'm gonna save that for later.
Well, Greyshot already deafened himself.
Yeah, I know Greyshot deafened himself, and I know
anyone else that doesn't mind.
Right, I think
that
GVR
doesn't want to hear spoilers now.
Right. I think like I know GVR doesn't care, so whatever. Okay, Joe's muted. Bacon, I think Bacon's already seen it.
Yeah, Bacon, you said you've seen it, right? Because I think you did. And I know GVR said he doesn't care.
Right. GVR said he doesn't care, so he could just like listen at his own pleasure. So Joe's deafened, and Greyshot was pretty much deafened from the start, since I'm sure he wants a fresh take on it.
Which is the preferable way, since
for sure
again,
it's best to
the
go.
The less you know is the best for this movie.
Yeah, for sure. I think thank you, Nagoda, for putting that in chat. Viewing this raw without like, you know, any sort of GVR left. Anyway, viewing this like raw by itself. My gosh, it's definitely. I unfortunately was like at least somewhat prepared because of what you guys talked about with it. Again, the spoilers didn't really cling. I just know it's sad.
You didn't really get the context,
right?
You guys know my reaction. I put my reaction every second of the movie.
Yeah, Nagoda broke down. Oh man. See, Nagoda breaking down was just like it was just like how I got into Undertale. Someone
like, oh no, like I know the sad point's coming up. Oh, here it comes. Sad
part. I'll say this: the scene where Hodaka and Hina are descending.
We are now venturing into spoiler territory. I know that's not obvious for. I mean, I know we pretty much kind of started going to it, but we are now venturing into spoiler territory. Everyone in the chat's muted, and if you're interested in seeing the movie, by all accounts, go friggin' watch it. It's fantastic. So, let's go ahead.
I think the moment that
Future Kaiju X, remember to put a tag just a couple seconds before that.
Yeah, the moment that like really cemented it for me was when Hodaka and Hina were like descending through the sky while Grand Escape was playing.
Oh yeah, like at the end.
And they're that's I'd say the whole movie's my favorite part, but I literally had to choose one. That's my favorite moment of the movie.
No.
Everything about it, I just loved it. Mm-hmm. Like I said, the dialogue, what the characters are going through, the music, the animation.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. Again, seeing that on the big screen was just amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like I said, after my theater experience, I was literally pumped. I have not felt like that in a long time. I was excited. I felt pumped.
Uh-huh.
Everything about it was just amazing.
Right. No, and that's awesome. That is awesome. I love that. Like, that's kind of like that magic anime touch, if you will. Like, being able to that feels like something I feel like people from like when people watch the Miyazaki movies, for example. You know, that's the feeling I'm getting here. That's just like, it's something like that, except it's Makoto Shinkai, so. And Bacon has to leave. Damn.
Bye, Bacon.
But yeah, no, this is all, yeah, no, that was, I envy you for that screening experience, though. I was watching the movie all the way through. It's like, this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. And then it's like, oh my gosh. I wish I saw this in theaters, because I probably would have had that same sort of area as you if I saw this when it came out stateside and, you know, in theaters. That would have been amazing.
And, you know what's kind of again, at the time, my friend and I were joking because this was like mid-January when we saw it in theaters. My friend and I said, I said to my friend, how much you want to bet that this will be the best movie we see in theaters all year? And he says, I think that's very likely. And then, obviously, COVID came around and neither of us have seen another movie in theaters.
Well, you know what? It's living up to that promise so far.
And I'm completely fine with Weathering with You being the only movie I see in theaters this year, because that movie's just beautiful. It was amazing.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's like, it's the movie to make up for all the movies you won't be seeing, you know?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, this is... Okay, Bacon actually has an opinion. He says, oh, Weathering with You almost made me cry. I'm pretty sure he meant just cry.
Almost.
Masterpiece of a film. Really excited to see what they do with the... is that they or the do with the characters? Or is that we? Okay, you. Okay, right, like KWC context. Gotcha. Yeah, no. I think, actually, my favorite scene is a moment far more subdued. Like, don't get me wrong, that final, like...
What was your favorite scene? Cut out?
No, I hadn't said it what it was yet, but my favorite scene in the movie is the one scene that made me cry, and that was the part where Hina sort of revealed her, I guess like her transparency when they're in the hotel room.
Yes.
That part. Oh my god. Like,
yes.
Like it's not like the biggest orchestrated moment compared to like the rescue at the beginning or at the end of the movie, but like in terms of like raw emotional impact, that scene, oh my gosh, that broke me. That freaking broke me. I think I had to pause for a little bit because it was like
that scene and the scene like right after where like the ring falls right in front of him.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
To add on, another part of that scene I loved is when they're all laying in the bed, falling asleep. Hodaka's basically praying, saying, "Please God, do not take any of this away. You don't have to give us anything more. This is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
We can do just fine,
yeah.
the three of us."
Mm-hmm.
I just love that. I know I'm just paraphrasing, but I love that line.
Absolutely. I think it also really cleverly reworked an in-joke into an emotional scene. Like, there was the whole gag of, like, him staring at boobs through the movie. But the way they were able to rephrase that into, I'm looking at you, was just... Oh!
Also, the gun.
Oh gosh, yeah, the gun scene. Holy that had me on the edge of my seat. That gun, I was like, is he gonna fire? He fired it. What the fuck? Oh, that was.
And then he throws it away, and you think, oh, that's it. But then
it comes back because they go back to that
Yes.
building, which is brilliant. That was brilliant. I was like, oh, the gun.
Everyone coming together was just awesome.
I know. Oh gosh, the ending I actually found to be like surprisingly sort of bittersweet. I think, yeah, it actually did a really, like, that was a really interesting ending that I was not, I was expecting it to be more of a downer ending. Maybe not, like, downer, but, like bittersweet downer. It was surprisingly more, like
Like other movies. I'm working at you 1 centimeter per second, 10 centimeters per second.
But yeah, for you to
Still have a grudge against that movie.
oh, jeez. But yeah, for you to, yeah, no, the ending is really interesting because it's like, it's both like Tokyo was flooded because, you know, he rescued, Hodaka rescues Hina from, like, you know, the sky world or whatever, and, you know, brings her back, but that brings back the perpetual rain too, and it's like, yeah, it's interesting because it's like he got what he wanted, he got his loved one back through sort of like sheer determination and whatnot, and there are consequences to that. Tokyo is almost flooded, but there's almost a positive message to it that's like, hey, maybe in a way it's going back to what it was meant to be, because Tokyo as it is today is a byproduct of human, like, you know, human expansion, human cultivation, and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's like, that was really interesting. It was a really interesting way to make it not as much of a downer as it would seem. And I was like, huh, that's interesting. Very interesting insights that I was not expecting and feel very appreciative of. I do have to say, this is my one criticism, and this is not a criticism that, like, hurts the movie for me, but it is one that I feel, unless I am missing context, I do feel like Hodaka, I guess the intention is that Hodaka's, like, reason for leaving is meant to be up to interpretation.
Yes.
I do get that, but I also do feel like it does sort of, like, I guess it's not important when it comes to fighting destiny for the one you love, I suppose. It's just part of who he is and how, you know, things happen. It's like the specifics of what happened in his home isn't important. It's what's going on around him. So I guess in that sense, it's fine. I just do feel like it's like, I don't feel like we got enough of what happened in his past. But at the same time, I don't think it's going to affect your viewing experience either. One gripe. I wouldn't say criticism, more of a gripe. But not, like, it's not as severe as you think of it. I think it is fine, especially with interpretation in mind. Which I feel like that was the intent.
Yeah, I'd say it's better to be interpreted, because we do kind of get, like, a somewhat of a glimpse at home when he's talking about wanting to leave, like, during the flashback.
Yeah.
How he wanted to go past the island.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's like what was important for him was the dream to leave, the dream to be free. And I guess that works a lot better on a lot of fundamental levels, because it's like you can see yourself through his eyes, and you can therefore project your experiences onto him.
Yeah, was he neglected, emotionally abused, physically abused, or
I guess,
or is it like in a Chiro situation where his parents are gone?
Right.
Most of the time because of work.
Right. And that is very, it's like, yeah, giving a definitive answer to that, I think, would sort of, like, give too much. So I think...
Yeah, I think it would kind of lessen it.
Lessen it, yeah, because it would become, okay, he's definitively this, rather than, how did you feel about it? And I think in that sense... Yeah, I guess in that sense it does a really good job with the, like, I guess making sure it's not specific enough, because I could see it being multiple things. I could see it being whatever you want it to be. Which, yeah, I guess structuring a movie with that in mind, because I'm sure there are plenty of kids, or plenty of people who want to get away from home, who want to live out, be free, but there are realistic consequences to that, and that literally haunts them through the movie. Literally.
Yeah, and he relates to Hina and her brother, who just want to live their life, or don't want to risk being separated when their parents are gone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't want to see the same thing happen to them, like what is happening to him.
Yeah.
Someone taking control.
Yeah, exactly.
Of their lives.
Mm-hmm. Right, when it's like freedom and fighting against destiny, which is interesting. But friggin', I also have to say, Nagi's hilarious. Him being like a kid player was friggin' funny. Especially the scene where he like has an ex that he swaps clothes with. It was like, oh my gosh.
Quick question: did you guys watch it subbed or dubbed?
I watched it subbed.
Subbed.
What'd you say, Nakoda?
Subbed.
Yeah, subbed.
Okay. Yeah, I saw it dubbed in theaters, and then I've seen for the following few times I've seen it subbed.
Okay.
But yeah, the dub is really good.
Ooh.
Like one of the best.
Nice.
But yeah. Also, can we add the Big Mac into the KWC?
Gosh,
because that burger was huge.
Gosh darn it! I mean, it's real life. I don't see why not. The Big Mac. That burger was big enough to be a kaiju.
I think the only thing that prepared me for the movie was watching like previous films. Once again, 10 centimeters, but I recommend it just so you can experience and understand why I remember that movie so much. There's just like the only quote that you will remember about that movie that'll make that movie is what's it called? I think it was Cherry Blossoms Fall for a second.
Wait, Nakoda. Which one did you prefer?
Haunts me.
Which one did you prefer more, this or Your Name?
Weathering with You. I prefer that one more.
Yeah. Again, I'm not saying Your Name is a bad movie or anything. I think it's a great movie. I just completely prefer Weathering more.
Right. I have not seen Your Name yet. I have heard things about it, and I know I've heard people say that, like, I've seen both sides where it's like, Weathering's better, Your Name's better, or whatever. I have yet to see Your Name, but now having seen Weathering, I am very curious, very, very curious to check out Your Name and whatever else comes out of this director. It's hot dang.
I will say, Weathering with You is not only my second favorite Toho movie, but it's my second favorite Godzilla movie. Did you catch the Godzilla cameo?
Wait, Godzilla cameo? Where?
You didn't see the Godzilla cameo?
Oh, where was it?
It was a Godzilla cameo. There's always a Godzilla cameo nowadays.
When they were, after they did their first Sunshine Girl gig, when the celebration song was playing, the montage, you could see like they were at a convention and you could see Godzilla in the background.
No way! Oh no, I missed that!
Yeah, he looks like the 84 Godzilla.
Oh, no way! I completely missed that! That's awesome! Oh, that's epic. That is epic. Wow.
But yeah,
Toho just putting gods.
But yeah,
everything they can now.
Yeah, second favorite Toho movie and second favorite Godzilla movie by that count.
Sure, whatever. Second favorite Godzilla movie that has Godzilla in it. Gosh darn it. That's great, though. That is great.
I just love Weathering with You.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. It is fantastic. And being in Toho jurisdiction and having Godzilla cameo, I would love to have stuff. I would love to have KWCs that are centered within that world. So I would love to see where you guys could take that, or what direction you would take with it, because I think there is a lot of creative potential set in the world that doesn't counteract. That doesn't. Because what I like, it doesn't like counteract like anything that is kaiju. Like My Hero, don't get me wrong, I love My Hero, and I'm sure some crazy magician could combine the two in a way that works. But unfortunately, right, Godzilla. But friggin', I think generally though it's somewhat conflicting when it comes to kaiju. But something like Weathering with You, I could see gelling really well. So, because it like a lot of it's like left up in the air. No pun intended. But friggin'... Yeah, no. Yeah, I could see...
I intended for that pun.
Wait, what?
You intended for that pun. 100.
Yeah, just for that one, yeah.
Yeah, it has some fantasy elements, but it completely gels together with Kaiju stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Because most of it's grounded. Most of it is incredibly grounded, and therefore can operate. There are fantasy elements, but it's not overshadowing the realistic ones, despite having, which I think is a very Kaiju thing. It's like there are the fantastical.
I love that whole entire cloud world that they have.
Yeah, that was really cool. So, but I think that probably, and again, if you haven't seen it, if this sways you to see it, by all accounts, go ahead and see it.
It's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Okay, very interesting comparison.
And definitely not depressing like Kaiju X's favorite movie.
Or as surreally trippy like my second favorite movie, House. Anyway. Alright, will this end our Weathering with You discussion? Would you say?
Yeah, I would say so. I think we geeked out a lot.
Yeah.
I think the three of us loved it, including Bacon.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I speak on behalf of Bacon. Yeah, totally. Alright, I am informing them now that they may return to the land of the living. So, alright. Hello, GVR. Welcome back.
Hey.
I see he's brought your puppet back.
Joe!
Bitch.
Gosh, Joe. Greyshot! Oh.
Geisha.
He's still deafened.
So, what are we talking about now?
Good question. I don't know.
KWC Battle?
Sure. I wouldn't mind.
You have to ask Greyshot about that. He's still not back.
We can talk about Gamera.
Oh no, Greyshot's been killed. I say Kaiju X killed him.
Oh,
Very sus.
No, you've not killed me. But no, now that you guys are done with spoiler talk,
Greyshot, see
yeah,
it.
Oh yeah, we can definitely do a KWC battle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, totally. KWC battle. Yeah,
Damn.
let's go ahead and do a KWC battle. I know we've promised one for a while, but my gosh, I don't think anyone was in the mood by the time it did occur. So you know what? Let's at least do one round.
It's been so busy.
Yes. Well, the thing about, for those that don't know, is KWC battle is where we have a random number generator. We pick 3 KWCs and we have them fight based on their quality, the banner quality, and if the monsters were in a tag team brawl, who would win that bout. So, first up we have match 203.
Alright, 203. Wait, is that... Oh, okay, never mind. I was thinking it was 202. Thank gosh.
Oh, okay. We're starting off strong, I see.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Well, that's gonna be a fight. So yes, we have Gamma vs. Orochi by Grayson Post. Next up, we have match 219.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay. Looks like a little bit more even.
Alright. But what's match number 3? What's match number 3?
Match number 3 is match 43.
43. Wait a minute.
Wait, 43?
43.
43.
Which is... Oh! That's actually a sizable...
Oh.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
That's gonna be fun.
Oh boy, yeah, this is gonna be tricky. This is gonna be very interesting and very tricky. So very curious to see what we get out of this. So
yeah, first and foremost, again, we have match 43, we have match 219, and match 203, and now we're going to decide, first off, I'd say, which one has the best banner.
alright. Best banner. Ooh. Alright, we'll go from the top. Greyshot, which one do you think has best banner? You know what? Those participants... You know what? I have an idea. Let's use 3 different icons. Since we're in Discord. Thumbs up for banner. Let's see how sure. Let me use this as an example. This is for banner. Like, here's best banner. Here's best quality match. And then something like, say, and again, I'm sorry for the folks that are just listening to this. Try to find a good one for the victory mods.
We do the vote and why we voted after.
Let's do thumbs up, okay hand, and finger guns for the 3 segments. That way we don't have to keep physical count. We could just keep a mental count of, so that way we could just
visual count of what we're voting for.
Yes, since obviously the people participating are all in the Discord, so you guys don't have to gang up on that.
We still go into detail about why I think so.
Right. So that way we can. It's also easier to just account for the stuff. So that is something to keep in mind for everyone else, for everyone who is participating here. So that way it just makes it easier for us. So withdraw your things. I was just simply giving an example. We shall begin properly with what is best banner.
Well, for me, I would say that in regards to the best banner, off the bat, I'd say King Kong vs. Gorosaurus by Tom. The banner's solid. Like, it doesn't do anything crazy. I like the fact that all of them, they're all figures, you can tell, but it also kind of creates an aesthetic for all the monsters. So just as a positive benefit to that. The next note is Biollante versus Space Godzilla. It's got a lot of effects going on. Very cool with Biollante being materialized from the spores. Again, in canon, cool. The plane in the background looks good. I will say I'm not the biggest fan because it just looks like it's cropped half. I mean, I get the idea where it's going for. Like, the darkness is gone, but for me it's the strangest thing. It definitely has the most spectacle of the bunch. But I think the issue with this one, and I think this is actually the weakest, is the fact that it kind of looks a little bit like copied and pasted a little bit, if that makes any sense.
Which one?
Like the Gamma versus Origin.
Oh, okay.
Like, you can see like the effects and stuff. They don't always blend together very nicely with that image. So that one I think is the weakest. Actually, second best, I'd have to go with 43. Again, I like the aesthetic, but doesn't just do anything too crazy. So I'm gonna have to go with the best being match 219 by you, Andrew.
All right.
With Space Godzilla versus Biollante.
Give it a thumbs up.
You mean just in Discord?
Yeah, in Discord.
Yeah.
Give it a thumbs up. So,
Yeah, Discord reactions, put a thumbs up on there.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Thumbs up, okay hand, and finger guns. Those are our 3 primary reactions for each of the segments. Why does everyone have thumbs up on Gamma versus Orochi? You can get rid of those.
No.
Gosh darn it.
No, I mean, that's my vote.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
mine too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
mine too.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. I mean, that's all right. Wait, who just added theirs in there now?
Mine too, bitch.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I mean, that's up to you. So my vote is gonna go to match 219 again. Close second for King Kong versus Gorosaurus, Titanosaurus, and Baragon. Well, it may not be, as Greyshot pointed out, while it may not be too crazy in terms of like dynamic action, it is at least aesthetically pleasing and overall consistent by using this is an all-figure group. So it's not like overly, like, I know we've gotten complaints in the past that's like, it's like, oh, 1 suit, 3 figures, it's like, no, it's all round pretty consistent between the 4 of them. That makes it look visually appealing. Do not get me wrong, that one's really good. I am still incredibly happy with Space Godzilla versus Biollante versus Space Godzilla's banner, though. I hate to sound like I am biased, but it's like, I just love the sort of like some of the dynamic elements, such as Biollante's materialization, the rose in the background. I think it's just a really interesting composition. Sure, I know it's missing Crystalak from my original draft, but I scrapped him. Get out of here, Crystalak. But yeah, I think all around, though, I still really still enjoy this one. But again, 43 does come really close. Gamera versus Orochi, unfortunately, I think has a cool composition, but the elements don't blend in well. I see a lot of rough edges for these, and I feel like, again, visually a really cool idea. I feel like it just could have been fleshed out more, could have been executed better. But again, I do have my praise, but I just don't think it's the best one. I am with Greyshot. It is probably the weakest one of the three we have here. With that said, GVR, I see you have chosen nothing.
Can you repeat that?
Oh wait, no. Gamera versus Orochi for best banner. Why do you? What's your thought process behind it?
Okay. First of all, I think the weakest banner is King Kong versus Gorosaurus, Titanosaurus, and Baragon. Like, yeah,
I think I'll agree with that.
Agreed.
It mostly looks fine, but it just... There's just not really a lot happening.
Right.
And
yeah, we were in that...
older banner.
It was still in that period where most of the banners were just monsters standing there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that the monsters in that banner don't look like they go together. Like, they're all just staring off in random directions.
Line,
Except
please.
Titanosaurus.
Yeah, they're each like, line, please.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Biollante vs. Space Godzilla looks super good. Like, just props for that, absolutely. But I prefer Gamera versus Orochi's banner. Yes, the effects could be done better. And Orochi does have like a few rough edges on him. But when it comes to composition and just... composition, it's very well done. And the effects, yeah, they don't look the best if you zoom in super hard on them. But I mean, I think they look fine when you just look at the banner as is. And the banner does an excellent job of portraying the way the fight is supposed to be. Gamera looks puny next to this overwhelming force.
Yeah, I can see that.
So yeah, that's why I voted that.
All right, no, that's completely fair. Alex, I know you cast your vote for Gamera versus Orochi. What is your mindset and process behind that?
Yeah, definitely not King Kong versus Gorosaurus, Titanosaurus, and Baragon, because, again, it was the standard back then where they just stood there. Biollante versus Space Godzilla, that one's really good. Again, there's action going on. Why is Biollante glowing yellow? What is she exactly using that for against Space Godzilla? It leaves open some mystery. Again, it's a close second, but I gotta go with Gamera versus Orochi. That one just, again, despite its shortcomings like Orochi looking out of place in some parts, but there's action going on. Gamera's covered in flames. Orochi's going full out. I gotta see it. I gotta see what this is about. So I think that one pops more to the eye and basically invites you to read it.
All right.
So yeah, I'm completely with GVR on this one.
All right. Oh, that's interesting. And who was that last one? Oh yeah, take that, you dinosaur Joe. What?
Nagoda, though.
Oh right, Nagoda. Right.
I haven't gone yet.
Take that, Nagoda.
Oh right, Nagoda hasn't officially gone yet, so I'll let him decide. Joe.
I've shifted my vote over, so.
Right. Okay. All right. Nagoda, since you have voted now.
Yeah. Yes, I shifted my vote to Biollante versus Space Godzilla. I like how the blood-covered Biollante there, how the blood is actually splattering onto the title itself. The crystals are a bit off,
Blood?
but like you could have added a bit more variety there.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can see that.
Plus, like flying Space Godzilla is really fun to use in banners.
Pretty sure everyone has already stated why 43 has lost the banner. It doesn't really fit as well with today's like modern, not modern, like yeah, today's banner making where the monsters is more dynamic. Here it's they're just there. At least Titanosaurus is staring at Baragon a bit weirdly. As for why I shifted my vote, originally I voted for Gamera versus Orochi because I have a bias towards fire in banners. But then the more I look at it, the more I see the flaws and like the rougher parts of the flames and the effects and everything. It's, like if you look on the right, like the right flamethrower, you can see like, pixels of just background there, like white background that should not be there.
Exactly.
The flames only turn like yellow part way through like the actual mouth, like through where it actually explodes outwards, it turns yellow, but the other side it's blue. And that explosion in the camera is just like a beam of sparks going up. Where is that spark beam coming from?
I mean, I'm sure it's probably from the lightning eyes, where it's like, you know, boom, boom.
Not even. It's barely touching the snout of one of the heads. So.
Right.
But yeah. Like,
I think it's just an
I look at
explosion.
it, the more flaws I see.
Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to be like being shot from a head. I think it's just an explosion, like something flying out.
That's a copy pasted layered thing right now, sparks. Because I see that same pattern going across upward.
Yeah, but I don't know. Alright. Yeah, okay, now that Nagoda has given his piece, Joe, what do you like? You know, I see your vote has gone to Gamera versus Orochi. You know, what is your thought process and how do you feel with the others?
Well, if it's mainly because if I remember correctly, this was, I think, one of, if not the first banner that Soul Godzilla provided.
It's an early one.
For the KWC? Yeah, really early one. And I think as an early banner, it's really well done. It has problems, yeah, but for what it is, it's a really good start. Biowan, say versus Space Godzilla is, the two are really close, but I think Orochi versus Gamera just nearly goes past it.
Alright. Alright. That's interesting. So, as a result, we have a tie between match 219 and match 203 in terms of best banner. We have a tie here, so unless we get like one more person that gives their opinion, you know, which I doubt.
Someone at
Okay,
Bacon.
so we'll just consider it a half.
Yeah, half and
this
half.
tie.
Half and half,
Yeah,
Half in the bag.
half
Okay.
points.
So let us now move over and we can discuss the next topic,
Right.
which will be
The story element. For those
Yes.
on Discord, use the OK hand, which I see two of them already. But with that said,
well, yeah. Okay, so
Oh, the OK is for best
just remove your reactions.
Okay.
If you just remove your reactions and post them where you want now.
right.
I think in this case, for me, this is an easy win for
I mean,
Violent
we could
Space
leave
Godzilla.
the thumbs up, so
Right.
we just
so long as,
don't
so long
lose
as-
count again.
Yeah, so long as there are three different reactions, we're good.
But we already know it's a half and half.
Oh,
So just-
okay, I see.
Okay.
Okay, I see.
So now
Greyshot,
just
you have to
know-
remove your reaction.
Yeah. So regardless, the main thing I'll say about this is I think this is easy. Gamera vs. Orochi is pretty standard. It has some cool elements, but it's pretty standard. King Kong vs. Gorsaurus is really good character in regards to King Kong and Gorosaurus. Like, it really showcases the two characters. And it is, if it was a normal KWC, it would be probably an easy win for it. But Biollante vs. Space Godzilla very much delves into Space Godzilla's character, I think, and it has some interesting aspects. Some of these are a bit weird, I will admit, in regards to, like, DNA memory history, in regards to, like, remembering, like, Minya or something. I'm not the biggest fan of that. Regardless, I do think it is the superior in regards to the quality entry.
Greyshot, you have to remove your thumbs up from Biollante vs. Space Godzilla. There. Alright. GVR, what is your best story? Which one do you think has the best, like, story quality out of the three?
I picked Biollante vs. Space Godzilla. King Kong vs. Gorosaurus, Titanosaurus, and Baragon. I don't really remember too much of it. Except for, like, there's a river that's super massive for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's an early match that, like, doesn't really have too much going on with it. Like, the action's fine, but that's all it really has. Gamma vs. Orochi's good. It's just too short for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's good stuff going on, but it's just super quick, which I do understand, just because, like, Orochi's kind of tough to write a real fight with.
Depending on who you're using, but yeah, no, like, yeah, totally.
Yeah. Biollante vs. Space Godzilla, meanwhile, is an amazing match. The characterization of Space Godzilla is wonderfully done. I loved the scene of him like having a flashback in Godzilla's place of Minya and Junior, or Little, and the action in this one is very, very well done, very good, very unique too. Like, both of them, Space Godzilla and Biollante, pull off some very unique moves. And it uses the battleground of space very well. And just overall, yeah, this match beats the other two in pretty much every category.
Alex, which one did you cast your vote upon?
Biollante vs. Space Godzilla. The King Kong one is too basic for me. Gamma vs. Orochi is okay, but I definitely think the story's a lot better in the Biollante one. For all the points GBR already said. So yeah, that's my vote.
Alright, no, that's completely fair. My vote, I don't mean, once again, I do not mean to be biased. King Kong versus Gorosaurus, Titanosaurus, and Baragon, I just can't remember it, and we even did a committee reads on it, so again, the fact that I can't remember it at all, yeah, aside from GVR bringing up that weirdly deep river, it's like, yeah, no, it didn't really stick with me. I'm sure it's fine for what it is, but it just didn't stick. Same case with the Gamma vs. Orochi. From what little I can recall, it's alright. I do remember it being somewhat short, strangely enough. So, but again, I don't mean to be super biased. Like, Biollante vs. Space Godzilla has its imperfections in the writing front. There are a nice bit of tense swapping, my favorite thing, which, you know, can be somewhat derailing if you want to look at it. But I think the core presentation is all round solid. I still really, because here's the thing, Greyshot may be mixed on the idea of Space Godzilla being able to remember Godzilla's memories, but this was something very much stated in the movie. It was like something to the effect of Space Godzilla has the same feelings. And, you know, and again, you know, there's always like that genetic memory concept, which again, if you're not like, you know, too huge on that, that's up to you. But at the same time, I just thought it'd be a fascinating opportunity to explore Space Godzilla in that light. I thought it'd be an interesting idea to really show his mindset and how that, like, you know, I guess just like his overall like psychology is what I want to explore here with Biollante versus Space Godzilla. With Biollante, I wanted to utilize more of her powers, especially the spores. That felt criminally underutilized in past KWCs, and I'm hopefully this will give writers like a new chance to write Biollante very differently, because I think she has a lot. I think there's a lot more to her you could do that would be really interesting with combat, and I hope this match does a really good job at detailing that. And then Space Godzilla, once again, just a lot. This match was just all around a boatload of fun for me to write. Really loved the way it turned out, aside from its grammatical flaws. Like exploring elements of the character that are stated in the movie, but we never get to see. So I hope this can present a very interesting look into Space Godzilla's mindset, which I thoroughly enjoyed doing. Well, this one was a fun one to write. Nagoda, what are your thoughts? Blah blah blah. You know how it goes.
I remember 43 being like one of the few ones I remember for having a kind of good story, whereas like Kong is fighting 3 dinosaurs. There's a giant river for some reason. I think he beats up Baragon. Like I think either kills or Titanosaurus runs away, and he knocks out Gorosaurus. That's all I remember from that. Gamera vs. Orochi has a good story, but it's also a really short. With 2 monsters with 2 powerhouses like that, you'd think it'd go on for a lot longer, but it's actually a lot shorter than you think. As for Biollante vs. Space Godzilla, it has some really good story elements. It goes for a pretty good amount of writing. And I forgot what my third reasoning was.
Epic.
Right. Nagoda kind of cut out there.
Where did I cut out at?
Oh, you just kind of stopped after, like, you forgot your other reasoning.
I mean, you're cutting out too on my end,
no.
So I have no idea what you just said.
When you said, I forgot my other reasoning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't... I was trying to remember, so that's why I was quiet.
Okay. No, that's fair. But and Joe, among the 3, I see you picked Biollante versus Space Godzilla, but kind of like, what are your thoughts, or whatever?
Well, match 43, pretty good early match. 203, pretty good short, sweet match. 219, that is, I think it's one of the best KWCs ever.
Aww.
Like, it gives Space Godzilla so much characterization, and his philosophy, and the fight with Biollante, and that dream scene, like, it's all so good. It's just an amazing match, and I really love it.
Well, hey, guys, I don't mean to interrupt the discussion, but I actually do have to depart.
Ah, darn.
So I will. I will just throw in my final vote, I guess, for the final round, where you guys continue down for this quality.
Right.
My vote is on Gamera and Orochi. I think the 2 have enough firepower to completely obliterate the rest of the group. I think Space Godzilla and Biollante are definitely powerhouses, but Orochi and Gamera have the durability to outlast both Space Godzilla and Biollante.
I can see that.
The rest
And the firepower.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
they don't have the varied arsenal, but I think they have the other two well in hand, and that's going to carry them to victory. Otherwise, I have to go. So thank you for the invitation to this podcast. I'll see you guys next time.
All right, see you next time, man.
See you, man.
Yeah. Okay, so Greyshot low-key voted, or we're pretty much high-key voted for Gamma versus Orochi in terms of the next big round. So definitive winner, Bylante versus. Okay, I guess we're using Godzuki now. But yeah, like definitive winner for.
We can just use the whole bunch, just different reactions.
Right, I mean, technically it doesn't matter.
Because it doesn't really matter which reaction we use
just
now.
Just
so
long for 3 distinct. Well, I had envisioned it to be a little different, but all right. But with all the retracting in Jungo, I was like, oh, okay. But anyway, big blast it.
You know which one's mine.
Yeah, I know. For context, is Gizora lifting up his head from Godziban, which is a GIF in this server, which only Nagoda can use because he has Nitro. So.
Damn.
But anyway, yeah. So Greyshot voted Gamma versus Orochi as the overall winner. To if you pit, this is basically somewhat of a fantasy match element. If you pit if you take the monsters from their respective matches and put them as a team and they compete against each other, who wins? Or, who would be the best one to, best outcome. And yeah, no, I can easily see... It's hard to say, because I think Bylante versus Space Gods are really the only real powerhouses that could counter. But at the same time, though, I do think Gamma and I'm going to keep it simple by saying Gamma versus Orochi is probably the best bet. I think, they're the ones that could easily... they literally have the firepower and the destruction capability. They can both end the world, is the thing. Both of them. Like Gamma and Orochi. Gamma could just suck up all that juicy mana, and then Orochi's destructive presence could just, bring havoc to the planet. One day there will be a grape emoji.
Drop a meteor on someone.
Right, exactly. So it's like...
I forgot to ask about my question.
No! Oh, well.
Damn.
We'll just DM Greyshot.
Damn.
We'll see.
Hey, Kaiju, just bring it up to Greyshot next time you do have an admin
Okay,
meeting.
that works too.
I'll just add him with it, I guess. This
DM.
one in the...
Yeah, that's a good idea. But yeah, anyway, but yeah, for you to... Yeah, no, I think Gamma vs. Orochi probably has this in the bag more than anyone else. I can understand if there is leeway for, say, Bylante and Space Godzilla. But King Kong, I'm sorry to the Tooth and Claw guys. I love you, and I'm sure there's a shot of electricity that could give Kong some steroids. But even then,
the electricity in the world is not saving him.
Right? Exactly. For that matter, there's gonna be more fire. So,
it's not gonna save him, but the Orochi's electricity might do something.
It's more like magic electricity.
It's not gonna kill anyone, but like a boost.
Right. Well, even then, Orochi's electricity is closer to magic than lightning, so make it that as you will.
Yeah.
I think any of the 4 of Gamma, Orochi, Bylante, and Space Godzilla, I think any of them could solo 43.
Yeah. Individually,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, sure, they'll put up a fight, but that's it. They'll put up a fight
and die.
Yeah, Bylante impales all of them. Space Godzilla blasts them apart. Gamera obliterates them with
and
fireballs,
impales them.
And Orochi just reduces them to ash.
Mm-hmm. Right. So it's no, they're pretty much dead immediately.
And Gamera could use the Orochi's fire to power up.
Yep. Oh yeah. No, that I think we could probably all agree Gamera versus Orochi, because it's frick, that's right. Gamera could get a boost.
Wait, if we're all agreeing that, then it's gonna be a tie.
I think it is, because I think
Well, can we all say our individual piece on this?
Sure.
Let's all say our individual things.
Yeah.
My thing is, okay, if this was Orochi as he was in this match,
all right,
which was before we knew his full capabilities, I would give it to Bylante and Space Godzilla. But now that we know what Orochi is fully capable of, he takes it with Gamera's help.
Yeah.
Because, like, Orochi back then, he was impressive, but, like, I think Space Godzilla could just fly around in the air above him, out of reach, and just blast him apart. Biollante could impale him. But now that we know that Orochi can fly, his very presence starts to destroy the Earth. His fire, his fire is strong enough to break a barrier made out of warped space-time. His mouth lightning is literally said to devastate the Earth. He's too much for either of them to win.
Mm-hmm. Right. Oh yeah, totally.
Like, I think Orochi, now that we know his full capabilities, is something on the level of Beigan and Super Godzilla.
Right, he's more with those guys, yeah. For sure. Like, Beigan, Super Godzilla, and Armor Mothra, I say.
Yeah, Armor Mothra.
And your mom.
Yes. Alex, which one would you vote for as, like, the team up to end them all, or what have you?
See, this is a hard one for me because, yes, Orochi and Gamma are powerful, but so are Space Godzilla and Biollante.
Yeah.
And yes, you could say and Biollante defeated Godzilla, and yes, you could say it was because of the ANAP, but I still think Biollante would have won that fight regardless.
Oh.
Because Biollante, because before she even puked on Godzilla, nothing was stopping Biollante in that second fight. Godzilla was getting impaled, his atomic breath didn't do nothing to her. Space Godzilla was more than enough taking care of Mogira and Godzilla for the longest time. So again, I really do not know who would win between those two teams.
That's completely fair too, because Space Godzilla and Gamma are Space Godzilla and Biollante are still really powerful. Like, again, they are literally match 43 just burns and dies and gets impaled like before the fight even begins.
Yeah, that's why I said, like, if it was Orochi as he is in that match, Space Godzilla and Biollante all the way.
Yeah.
So again, I'm gonna abstain for now.
All right, no, that's fair.
Because I really do not know who would win.
Right, you shall be our tiebreaker in a tiebreaker that's only 5 people now. So I voted, Gamma vs. Orochi, Greyshot, Gamma vs. Orochi, GVR. Which one was it, GVR?
Huh?
Gamma vs. Orochi or Biollante?
Gamma vs. Orochi.
Okay.
I voted Kaishin Muba.
Right. Oh, okay, I see it. Nagoda, who would you think would win in this competition of giants?
I voted Gamera versus Orochi. My reasoning being, as everyone else said before, 43 is not going to do much. Even if the lightning from Orochi charges King Kong, he still has to deal with basically 2 Godzillas, a super-powered god, and a turtle that can basically blow him to bits. His teammates aren't going to be much help. If Baragon digs underground, he's gonna get speared by the tendrils. Gorosaurus, unfortunately, he's not gonna do much. Sure,
but
he can try to go in and
King
tear
Ghidorah's
things up.
back.
Yes, he broke King Ghidorah's back, but how many necks do you see on Orochi
there? Okay, that was good.
And then Titanosaurus, I mean, sure, he might be able to, like, his tail fin, his wings aren't gonna move Biollante. Space Godzilla and the other 2 can fly. They're not gonna be going anywhere. They're gonna be flying around if he tries that.
Yeah, I do think Titanosaurus could hold his own against Gamera in, like, melee.
Yeah.
Because Titanosaurus is real tough, but, like, once the fireballs would come out, it'd be over.
Yeah. And then as for the only 2 that can actually deal damage here, sure, Biollante is strong and all, but remember this, She's a plant. Plants are flammable. They are really flammable. This is how her first form died. I mean, sure, her final form is really durable, like really strong regeneration. But you gotta remember, there is a 8-headed dragon shooting flamethrowers and lightning probably at her or Space Godzilla, along with a turtle that can summon mana, shoot a giant beam of his shell, shoot fireballs, and can fly around while shooting fireballs. Space Godzilla is the trickier one here, but like he's the trickier one here because he's the most versatile of his team right now. Yeah. It'll probably take them a bit longer to beat down Space Godzilla than Biollante, in my opinion.
Yeah. Something to keep in mind here, Biollante is not the biggest monster in this fight.
That's the terrifying thought that she's not.
She isn't.
It's your mom.
Dick blasted.
But no, literally, Orochi's like 50 meters taller than Biollante.
Right, yeah, no, like he is, yeah, no, he's huge in this scenario. Oh man.
Kaiju X.
Plus with his like natural distraction.
So, let's see, who hasn't said their piece? Joe? I don't think Joe has said his piece yet.
Going with Gamer versus Orochi because Gamer can just power up with Orochi's flames and the flames just douse everything.
He did it.
Yes.
He gave us the grape.
He did it. He did it. The crazy son of a bitch did it.
The grape.
Alex, you can vote now.
Yay.
Alex, have you made a decision?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, it's Gamer versus Orochi.
Yes.
Yeah, after the all just voting on me, huh? Alright, I'll vote on myself. But yeah, for you to...
We literally have a grapevine here.
Someone screenshot that so we can go even further.
Oh, this is so dumb. But yeah, for you to... Yeah, no, I think... Yeah, so all around... So round 1 was a tie between 219 and 203. Round 2 was 219, and then round 3 was 203. So, yeah, no, that is like literally a tie. You guys were kidding. Huh. Yeah, no, that was like straight up a tie between 203 and 219. So, congratulations to the winners of that here. And I think with that said, we could easily conclude this month's KWCC, and we will be seeing you guys next time. So, till then, folks.
Just snap.
Yeah, I did snap. You have a problem with that?
Damn.
Okay.
A little.
Bye.
See ya.
So you.
And remember,